Hello everyone, are you thinking about selling a home in California? If so, are you familiar with our state's disclosure laws and procedures? Today, we're diving into a very important topic and discussing one of the most important aspects of the home selling process in California, seller disclosures.
The seller's disclosures are required documents in California that sellers must provide, listing any known material defects of a property that could affect the property's value or safety. These defects may not always be visible, but sellers who are aware of such issues are generally obligated by law to disclose them to potential buyers.
The seller disclosure forms called the TDS or Transfer Disclosure Statement and SPQ or Seller Property Questionnaire provide essential information to potential buyers. They help them make informed decisions beyond what a visual inspection could reveal. These forms are crucial as they demonstrate that a seller is transparent, well-informed, and serious about getting their transaction done. Far from hindering a sale, a thorough disclosure can actually enhance the seller's credibility and honesty, fostering trust in the buying process. Additionally, thorough disclosures position the seller advantageously through the negotiation process by preventing buyers from later requesting price reductions or credits based on newly discovered defects. We use this proactive approach to streamline the selling process, minimize disputes, and facilitate a smoother and faster closing for our sellers.
In California, sellers are required by law to provide their disclosures before title is transferred. Upon receipt, buyers have 3 to 5 days to review the information and renegotiate or back out of the deal if they choose under the contract's termination clause. This is why we always get our seller disclosures done early in the process and immediately provide them to the buyers up front. For a seller, doing so limits the time frame in which a buyer can decide to terminate your deal and having to start all over.
So what must you disclose? Let's take a look at some of the most common disclosure categories and questions that come up. In short, just remember that if you're a seller asking if something should be disclosed, the answer is almost a resounding yes.
So you're right, Blake. So if they have a question about a disclosure, then just because they're asking that question, then it needs to be disclosed to the buyer.
That's correct.
The TDS and SPQ are comprehensive forms that require disclosure of the home systems such as heating, air conditioning, plumbing, and electrical systems, including any non-operational aspects. Sellers must also report on the structural integrity of the house, detailing any defects in components like walls, roofs, and the foundations.
Additionally, sellers must disclose any presence of hazardous materials, including asbestos, radon, or lead-based paint, and also any legal or zoning issues that could affect the property's use. Flood risks and water damage must also be disclosed. State law also says that any deaths which occurred in the home within the last 3 years must also be disclosed.
So Blake, what if I made a repair? Would I have to disclose that?
Yes.
There are also specific disclosures required for natural hazards, Melrose taxes, ordinance locations, and Megan's law regarding sex offenders in the area. Some transactions, like those due to a court order or one from a co-owner to another, are exempt from certain disclosures. Also keep in mind that sellers can only disclose what they know about the home. We frequently sell properties for people who have never occupied the property, such as a landlord or successor trustee. In these instances, the seller can also be exempt.
If you're feeling overwhelmed by all this information, don't worry because you don't have to go about this alone. Having sold a couple thousand homes, we thoroughly understand the state's disclosure requirements, and we can help you strategically and accurately get your disclosures complete. Just remember, when in doubt whether to disclose something, it's always safer to err on the side of full disclosure and full transparency. With the right guidance, selling your home should be a straightforward, positive, and highly rewarding experience.
Like one of the things a buyer can do with a property that's vacant is go talk with the neighbors, because the neighbors might be the best source of disclosure.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. And don't forget to hit the subscribe for more real estate tips and tricks. And until next time, happy house hunting, and we'll see you on the next one.